I would like to welcome in our studio a very special guest who came here from far away, Mrs. Agnieszka Wronkowska, Sales and Marketing Director of a company that has been present, a Polish company that has been present in India for quite a while. And this is actually the reason that brings us here to the studio. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
The company that we're talking about is Bella Premier, and which is part of TZMO Group, a company based in Toruń in Poland. And the reason that I want to ask you first about reports, Polish media reported at the end of July that Bella Premier, which is this Polish company, Bella Premier Happy HygieneCare, a long name, opened its fulfillment center in Ambathuraiu, India. And we know that you are part of TZMO Group, like we said, and TZMO Group has been present on the market for over a decade, for 12 years, if I recall correctly. This is the new center that has just been opened, is the largest Polish investment in India, if I understand correctly, and the second investment of your company in that country. I would like, first of all, to ask you, how did it even happen that you became a part of the Indian market, that you focused on the market?
As you already said, good afternoon, first of all. TZMO, I don't think many people can recall our name with the company, really. So I would like to first say that TZMO should be connected with two main brands, which I think in Poland also are recognizable quite well. Bella, feminine hygiene products, and Seni, products for incontinence for adults. So these two brands are the flagship brands for the company. Today we are a group of 54 companies, and already two of them are placed in India. First of all, in 2002, we established a Polish-Indian joint venture with our Indian partner. At that time, we decided to construct a factory in Tamilnadu, in the southern part of India, which was place actually chosen by our partner. We decided to place there our manufacturing facility. First, the plan was for hygienic production for women hygiene products, sanitary napkins basically. And then in 2005, we started also with medical production. So today the factory has two profiles, I would say, of production. Manufacturing and sanitary napkins and medical disposable items. Since that time, many things have taken place. Of course, market was developing. Market has been developing. We take part in it. We try to, I would say, establish our standards. Especially for the awareness of hygiene, of this European approach to that matter. And today we came to the point that we understood that we need some more space for our operations. We are organized in India as Bella Premier, as you said, difficult name, Bella Premier Happy HygieneCare Pvt. Limited. We have established our branches in 4 biggest states of south of India, and in the factory still in Ambathuraiu in Tamilnadu. Today we came to the point that the business scale and the business size has already crossed the level in which we were able to operate with our current resources. So we decided for this investment. So yes, first, very modern, I would say, one of the most modern places which I've seen in India. 6,000 square meters, 6,000 pallet locations. It's a huge place. We are very happy because we managed to build the place in not even 8 months.
That's like a super speed.
Yes, I would say maybe it's not impressive here in Poland or in Europe, but as for the Indian standards, it's like supernatural, I would say. It took a lot of efforts of our team, of our Polish Indian team. I think they managed quite well, and they really did a great job.
How big is the team, and is it composed of both employers from India and of Poland? What's the ratio?
The team today of all our employees and people who are cooperating with the Indian market is around 500 people. We employ around 2,500 in the factory. The sales team is today also quite large. I am managing the sales team mostly, so this is the part which I'm more interested in.
And we know that this year Poland is celebrating 60 years of establishing diplomatic relations with India. We also know that India, with its over 1.2 billion inhabitants, is a very attractive market, not only for Polish export destinations. TZMO Group has been present there for over a decade. How has the experience been so far? What are the challenges? What are the obstacles? And how do you see your future in the market? I'm looking right now at a report that was prepared a while ago by Poland's Ministry of the Economy. Obviously, the ministry has been targeting India for quite a while. And it says that it's not an easy market to do business there. For a variety of reasons. Obviously, local culture, which is different than the standards that we're used to here. There are special checkups. There is still the problem of corruption. Customs clearance may take a long time, and also in public tenders, preference is given mostly to domestic small companies and producers. These are only some of the obstacles that the ministry has enumerated. But the general conclusion is that India is a very attractive market for foreign investors. In case of your company, how has the experience been?
I can only confirm that it is a very interesting market, and it is a market in which we put a lot of our hopes today, especially looking at the, I would say, global situation. India is the market for our FMCG products, which is growing around 30% per year. So it means that the potential is there. Huge opportunities for companies who, like our company, put the most efforts to maintain the quality, to educate people. I think this approach can really lead to success. India is also a market today of cheap products, fake products, and products which I would say would never meet any interest in other countries, European countries or American ones. But still, money is there. A lot of potential customers is there. The market is quite new. The customer is still very, I would say, elastic and flexible in terms of customs and habits. We are really able to create new habits with the customers. So I believe that for everyone it can be interesting. You said about the obstacles and challenges. Of course, it is different. I would say what myself as a manager and as a person, what was the first and most important lesson I've learned in India for me was patience. You cannot expect that things will happen because you want them, and or you cannot expect that things will happen because the procedure is there. Of course, procedure is there. Your will to perform is there, but reality is totally different, and everything takes time. Patient, if you are patient, if you proceed according to the law, of course. I believe you can succeed. But these are the two conditions, sine qua non, without which you can never expect that you will succeed. Corruption, of course, it's a huge problem, but it's a problem in every new market, in every rising market. So I believe India is right now on a very good way to get changed, especially with this new government. And what I can say for everyone who has, I would say, will to succeed in India, who wants to do business in India, first and most important thing, be patient. nothing will happen within a day.
And you yourself have been living in India for quite a while. Can you tell me what is the association connected with Poland or with Polish products over there? Do they know much about Poland? Do they know a little more than just where we are or that we are in Europe or the products? Is there already a brand or an association when you say Polish product or Poland in India?
I think it is more familiar for them if we say about Europe generally. But Poland is not unknown country. I know a few people who even speak Polish because they were studying here in Poland. And there was a funny situation, I don't know, 5 or 6 months ago. We were on the event. It was some kind of event made by our customer. We were in a group of 3 people from Poland. We were discussing in Polish, and then one guy came and said, "Oh, hello. It's nice to meet you. I speak Polish," and he was speaking really, really good Polish. I mean, without any grammar problems. Yes, and his accent was excellent. He said that he used to live for over 13 years in Poland. He was studying here. So Poland, I would say it's not America, right, or Germany, but people know about us, and our brands are more and more popular and familiar to people.
And what, in your view, and from your experience as a sales marketing manager over there for years, what other country Poland would be competing there with? Is it the rest of the world, or is it certain parts of Europe that are also focusing on Indian market?
Today, I think every country in the world is looking with, some kind of...
Where to sell their products.
Yes. China has already changed a lot. It's not the country which it was 10 years ago. Russia is Russia, as we know. India is still very interesting because it's populated and because it's new. I mean, for many years it was closed. They were trying to maintain the autarkic system. Today, they opened. They look forward to foreign investments, and they are welcoming foreign investment. They want capital to come to them. So for everyone, also it is a challenge, of course, but it is opportunity to increase the business in terms even of the national level.
And are you aware of any other big Polish companies like your own that are already existing there or attempting, shall we say, successfully?
I am not very well aware. I will say I know that Polish business is meeting. I know that Polish business tries to get some opportunities there. But as of now, I hear only about some joint ventures, about some partly Polish businesses, nothing strictly Polish. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to say anything what will not be true. But as far as I know today, we are the biggest one.
Well, congratulations. Like we said, it's been over a decade. And one of the things that you have already mentioned is that, from what I understand, you are attempting to bring European approach to hygiene to India.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your company leaflet, where it devotes quite a considerable amount of space to social commitment and social responsibility. And this is another thing I wanted to ask you about, because we also know that your company has been involved in social life in India almost all those years, and also educational approaches. We're talking about Badminton Cup, we're talking about Mother Teresa Award, we're talking about workshops, educational attempts and workshops. Tell me a little more about this.
Of course, we are part of TZMO Group, as I said. Corporate approach is there. TZMO as a company has always been a promoter and had initiatives for many social responsibility events, and we try also to to adapt them into our Indian conditions. In Poland, for example, we have Bella Cup. It's a tennis tournament for ladies. In India, because tennis is maybe less popular, we decided to do the Badminton Cup, which...
I'd say cricket, no?
Yes, but cricket is totally out of our range, I would say, of understanding.
Okay.
It's even now, I can say that I understand some cricket rules. Maybe it's not the very complicated game, but for me it's totally out of my range. But badminton for girls, school girls, which we organized for the first time in 2012, has become a big success. This year we also plan inter-state tournament. In each state we will have games in schools, and then the final match will be taking place either in Chennai or in Bangalore. I don't know, it's not yet decided. But what I wanted to say, and from my point of view as a woman and as a person who is feels responsible for the, I would say, philosophy which we want to bring also to that country, is the educational program which we have for schools. It's directly connected with hygiene. Generally, we do the trainings for the schoolgirls. Trainings about general hygiene, about changes in their bodies, about the taboo, which is generally a big problem.
Challenging topics.
Yes, and we try in their own, I would say, language, explain that it is not something what they should be ashamed of or something what they should be afraid of. Very often we have situations in which girls do not have anyone else to talk about it, and at home this subject is just, I would say, left on a side without any proper information. Even their mothers or grandmothers, they don't really know much how to talk to the young girls. It became a huge problem, especially because of the infrastructure which is there in the schools. Very often schools doesn't have toilets. It means that during that time girls are not going to schools. Of course, it brings another consequences for their lives in the future. But first thing we do is we go to those schools. We have international trainers. I mean, girls from Poland, as well as a team of trainers in India, which can translate, because very often also language can be a challenge. Yes. So those girls are showing how it looks. They show some kind of presentations. They do workshops. We give samples of products. We try to convince them that there is nothing wrong with the changes which the body is going through right now. And I think this is the first thing which we did, and which really helped us to reach to those ladies who can be, of course, our customers, but also who can be the future of this country. This is also the mission which we want to do.
And this educational part that you have already mentioned, the workshops, is one of the a tiny sample of all your efforts that were appreciated in the form of Ambathuraiu Award, right?
Yes, this is actually a funny story. Funny for me, because those activities which I mentioned are mostly done in rural areas. I mean, in the places where education level, especially for women, is very low, and where this awareness is not enough. We got information that some Society of Universities in Chennai has decided to award us with this prize, and they appreciated our efforts towards education and awareness of hygiene. They appreciated us because we do it for free. I would say it's this kind of activities are happening, but very often schools have to pay, or some kind of funds are included. We provide this trainings for free, and that's why also we were awarded, and that's why they wanted to appreciate us. So it was a great honor, of course. I think it was 14 or 15 universities and higher educational institutions which have given us this honorable prize, and this is something what we of course like to talk about, because it's proof that we are going in the right direction.
In the right direction. And you yourself have been living and working in India for how long?
Well, my adventure with India has started 7 years ago in 2008. In the beginning, I was just like, how to say it, connection between our Polish and Indian business.
Link.
Yeah, link. Yes, that's a good word. I moved to India around 4 years ago. In the beginning, I was staying in a village where we have our factory. So
hands-on experience.
Yes, I would say it was like right now. I'm not afraid to live anywhere in the world. I think there is no much things which can happen which didn't happen there. So from the village, then I lived in high in the hills. Right now I live in Bangalore, which is a huge city of 15 million population, and which is really international and multinational place where you can eat anything you want, you can do anything you want, you can meet people from all over the world.
Can you get Polish pierogies there anywhere?
At my
Except
home.
for your own kitchen.
Yes, I cook. I love cooking, and I do such things. I haven't found real Polish restaurant yet, but there are Czech restaurants, there are Russian restaurants, German restaurants. I think if you mix them all, you can find something for yourself.
And apart from the employers of your company, is there what we could call a Polish community somewhere where the broader area where you could?
Yes, I think Bangalore is a place for which Polish people are like. Are keen of, and they stay there. I don't really have many friends. I basically don't have time for social life much. But I know there are many Polish ladies, especially, who got married to Indian men. And this society is existing. So from time to time, we meet on some internations or some kind of this kind of events. Social media, of course, help a lot in gathering people.
Kudos
in one
to
place.
Facebook, Twitter, and all those.
Of course, yes. These are today links which people need to talk to each other
and to stay in touch. And what is maybe a thing or two that stuck in your head the most over those years of living there? Something that either surprised you or you just remember the most of all those experiences you've had so far in India?
First of all, I must say that. You cannot stay in India if you don't love it, because there are only two feelings for India. You can love it or hate it. I mean, from the perspective of European person. So first thing is you have to fall in love with it, and then you can try to arrange your life somehow. The most difficult time for me in India was around 2 years ago. I was staying in a village, as I said. And it was a difficult time for Tamilnadu generally. I was staying there. Power cuts for 18 hours per day for 3 months.
Wow.
After 3 months, it was like, you are stinking. You feel like you don't want to talk to people. You are just cooked, I would say, because it's over 40 degrees at that time.
Oh.
So it was very difficult.
Painful.
and very, I would say,
highly unpleasant.
Yes, and but also it was a good experience in terms of knowing your limits, I would say. What I love about India and what is my best experience, I love India because it's colorful. It's everywhere you go, you see people are smiling. India is full of flavors also. I love cooking and I'm a foodie. And each part of India is different in that matter also. So India should never be, I think, considered as one country. It's just a mixture of flavors, colors, cultures, and it is a place which, when you go once, and it will click. You cannot imagine your life without.
Mm-hmm. And your company has been a part of life in India, generally speaking, for over a decade, like we've said. Before we started our interview, you were showing me pictures of your company being a part of a very particular segment of life in India, a very famous show, X Factor. If you can tell me, do we have those pictures by any chance? Can we show them?
I think I have some. It was
because that was
Indian-
quite intriguing also because it's one of those shows that are present everywhere, and my first initial reaction was like X Factor
It
in
was-
India, but then again I
It
realized
was Tamil edition of the show. They were choosing
yes, so
TV star for the VJ TV for the TV station.
so
TV channel.
you were part of
We were part of. We had some influence on the program also, and we were participating in the final show. It was a great experience, I can say.
when was that?
It was in August 2013, so 1 year ago.
Last year. Great exposure, I can imagine, also when it comes to reaching the locals with your product and also awareness. If we
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Tamilnadu, it was Tamilnadu edition, as I said. Tamilnadu today is around 70 million people population, so
it's quite a number.
yes, I think it can sound impressive. Of course, the audition for this kind of show is huge. People love TV in India, and they really watch it. So it was a good experience for us also to see how the TV in India looked like, because for me it was a first experience, and I would say a very interesting one.
And how do you foresee or how do you envisage the future of the company on the Indian market? Like we said, over a decade, you have just opened the biggest investment center there from Polish perspective in India. We also know that, like you've said, almost everyone's targeting India now. How do you envisage the directions of maybe within the country or the strategies? How do you see the future of the TZMO Group and Bella in India?
Of course, we want to grow. The business is the main reason why we are there. As a group of companies, we always connect business with our social responsibility, and this is of course part of it also in India. The future, I would say, we want to grow in terms of our main brands. We want Bella to be recognizable not only in South but everywhere in India. We know that with our Seni brand we can reach quite huge part of the market. Baby diapers today, which we also produce, Happy Baby Diapers, has great future because India is still a population which is not getting old that much comparing to other even Asian countries, and this market is growing very fast. We want to be present in every part of the country, and we want to provide the customers with the best quality products everywhere we can reach. And this is the plan for the future. About the detailed plan, I don't think we have that much time. But generally, we have a plan for long lasting and long future in India.
And two more things I wanted to ask you about before we say goodbye. One thing is that you mentioned that some of your staff is locally based. How is this experience in recruiting the locals, so to speak? I would imagine this is quite interesting as well.
Yes, it is interesting, and I would say, of course, part of the management, top management especially, is from Poland. It is required in terms of, I would say, safety of the business, and also know-how, technology, knowledge, expertise from the group. But more and more we want to also based on our local employees. I would say, answering your question, we are better and better in that. I mean, we had to learn a lot in terms of totally different approach to work, in terms of totally different, I would say, way of interviewing, different culture of employing. especially for those managers, for those people who are on the higher level, it's difficult. On the lowest level, I would say those unskilled people, also it was a challenge because in the beginning they didn't trust us. They were treating us as strangers who came. They didn't really understand what we are talking about, what we want, what we want from them. So of course, this time which we have spent in India, this time which factory is existing, helped us to convince local people that we are a fair employer, that we are a company which doesn't want to come and go. We want to stay and we want to create better workplaces also for them. So today it's much easier. I think I would say when my colleagues were starting this 12 years ago, I can imagine it was really, really a challenge. Today, we just, I would say, use those paths which were already created by them.
And how has been cooperation with local authorities over there? I can imagine that probably, speaking from Poland's perspective, one of those helpful hands, if I may say so, would probably be India's ambassador to Poland, Her Excellency Monika Kapil-Mochta. We have interviewed her many times, and she's not only extremely friendly, but she's also very knowledgeable, helpful, big help.
Of course, Madam, as we call, is very not only friendly, she's also very involved, and she tries to really do those links between the countries. She's business oriented also, so
which
this
is
kind of
big help
yes,
as well.
She's a great support, of course, for the company. Local authorities, I would say, is everywhere. I think like that in the world, that it's better to have friends than enemies. We try to manage as much as we can by ourselves, but of course, involvement of authorities helps a lot in business when it's friendly and when it's business oriented.
And this is a final question, and I promise it is final. You're currently on vacation in Poland, returning to India in a couple of weeks?
Days.
You're missing? Do you have, when you came here for vacation, you probably wanted to go again to Polish lakes and mountains. Did you have this thought at the back of your head? I miss the colors. I miss the Bollywood music. I miss
no,
this.
Bollywood music is not the thing which I miss. But I must say, as I said, I'm a foodie, and the thing which I miss is Indian food. And I think I miss Indian food in Poland more than Polish food in India when I'm there. So this is the thing which I miss, and this is the thing which I'm always coming back to with a huge sentiment. As I said, you have to love India to be there, and I think I'm in love.
Thank you very much. We were talking to Mrs. Agnieszka Wronkowska, Sales and Marketing Director for India for Bella Premier Happy HygieneCare Limited Company, which is part of TZMO Group, if I read everything correctly.
Toruńskie Zakłady Materiałów Opatrunkowych, spółka akcyjna, for those who can understand Polish.
That's correct. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.